Till he saw the divorce agreement left by his wife. The man suddenly realized that his ambiguous relationship with his secretary had angered his wife, yet he thought his wife was just trying to scare him, that a single phone call would make her obediently withdraw the divorce application, only to find that his phone number had already been blocked. Instead, he received a call from his subordinate, informing him that his wife had just held a press conference. She not only announced the removal of his position as vice president, but also arranged to take back all his shares, and saddled him with hundreds of millions of dollars in debt. Upon hearing this, the man completely broke down, and all of this was entirely of his own doing. Just a few days earlier, the woman had returned home early from a business trip, wanting to give her husband a surprise, only to be shocked to discover that her husband had actually let the intern secretary move into their bedroom. He had even asked her to put on a wedding dress, yet he explained that the secretary was staying temporarily because there was a water leak in her home, and that wearing the wedding dress was to help her find design inspiration. However, the woman saw the secretary deliberately throw the photo of her and her husband into the trash can. The secretary had also cut up the clothes that her husband had given her. It was clearly an intentional move to seduce her husband and provoke her, so she warned her husband to fire the secretary within half an hour. Otherwise, she would handle the matter herself. But instead, her husband reprimanded her for being crazy. Having had enough, the woman directly ordered someone to fire the secretary, and made public all the things the secretary had done to every colleague in the company. Unexpectedly, her husband soon dragged the secretary to her office in a fit of rage. He reprimanded her for trying to ruin the secretary's life. He even tried to pull her to go and clarify things for the secretary. He wanted her to explain to the outside world that she had deliberately spread rumors just because she was jealous of the secretary's talent. Seeing that her husband was so incapable of telling right from wrong, the woman could no longer contain her anger and slapped him hard. She told her husband that this was her company, and that it was not his place to tell her how to do things. Seeing this, the man finally realized that his wife was really angry. But the secretary put on a look of grievance again and stood up for the man. She said that if she had any complaints, she should take them out on her, and that the man was innocent. The secretary thought that as long as she curried favor with the man, he would definitely stand up for her. Little did she know that the real owner of the company was the woman. The woman had no patience to waste words on the secretary, and directly asked the security guards to take her to go through the resignation procedures, and the man could do nothing about it. But the secretary was unwilling to leave just like that. While packing her luggage, she saw that the woman was suffering from a stomachache and was about to go to the hospital, so she deliberately walked over and pretended to trip and fall beside the woman. She shouted loudly, falsely accusing the woman of being unsatisfied with driving her away, and now deliberately trying to push her. Sure enough, the man beside her heard the noise and immediately came over to defend her with concern. He reprimanded his wife for going too far, and stopped his wife, who was about to go to the hospital for treatment, demanding that she apologize. The woman was completely heartbroken because of this, but she decided to give her husband one last chance. She immediately said that she had not pushed the secretary, and asked her husband if he believed her. But her husband said that the secretary was so innocent that she would never falsely accuse her. Upon hearing this, the woman immediately asked her subordinate to bring up the surveillance footage. The footage clearly showed that the secretary had deliberately staged the incident. Seeing this, the secretary finally panicked. She quickly explained that she had just misunderstood the woman because she was too afraid of being hurt. Upon hearing this, the man immediately comforted her, saying that